How much is that hissing noise that you hear during every plant shutdown affecting your company's bottom line? Today, we're going to talk about the energy consumption of our pneumatic systems and how those small little air leaks tremendously affect our energy usage. Now, in our previous video, we had made our automated pneumatic system work with the electric actuator. Now, for this one, we're not going to need the electric actuator, and it's probably going to be a little bit distracting to us. So let's go ahead and go make a few modifications to our program. Now, if you're actually just here curious about energy consumption on pneumatic systems, then this video is still for you. But let's go ahead and go into our program, and we're going to make two modifications to it. We're going to go to the sequence right here, and temporarily on rung 0, we are going to put a branch around that position complete of rung 0. We're also going to put a branch around the position complete of rung 4. And we're going to put a branch around the position complete of rung 9. It's going to make that actuator not actually be accounted for in our sequence. And then we're going to go to the electric actuator, and we're going to go up to our servo on. And at the beginning of it, we're going to go to our program control tab, and we are going to bring down an AFI always false instruction, which, remember, doesn't make a rung disabled. It just makes it false. But it'll prevent our servo from turning on. Hit the finalize button on that. So I forgot one spot. So we need this to be in auto mode. So if we go over here to our main program, main routine, we can't get in the auto mode because I forgot to take that compare out right there. So we'll go ahead and bring a branch around that. And yeah, that's going to get us where our machine will start up. So now I can turn switch 3 back to the center and then turn it back to the right. And this is our basic operation. And what we want to do now is start talking about how much energy our machine is consuming. Now, when your trainer ships to you, this gives us our instantaneous flow, which is kind of neat because you can kind of see how the different components consume different amounts. But just like your car, you really don't care that much about the instantaneous fuel consumption as much as the odometer reading. How much is it, how many gallons did it take to get us over a longer distance of time? So we're going to make a couple changes to our flow meter. On your flow meter, press the middle button for 5 seconds. That's going to make it where it's saying F0 and it's actually saying FLU there. And then we're going to press our left button and go find F10. Oops, I went way too far while I was talking. So we'll hit the right button and get us down to F10. And then we are going to press the middle button. And currently it says N5 flow. And that means instantaneous. And we're going to hit the left button. And then we're going to go to AC for our accumulated value. And we're going to press the middle button until our numbers show up. And so right now we have ran 0.18. And I'm going to turn switch 3. And there we go. Now we're accumulating up values. So now what we can do is we can see how much is this consuming over a certain amount of time. I was just thinking about it, and time is not going to work for this because as we have more leaks, we may actually speed our process up. Depending on where the leak's at, we may slow our process down. So we don't want to do it off time. We want to do it off of cycle counts. That's it, cycle counts. We're going to take right here on sequence on that last one where step equals 80. Then we're going to start a rung at it. And then we're going to bring down a CTU counter right here. And we're going to call this our cycle counter. That's kind of redundant since we know it's a counter, but good enough. We're going to right click new and create. And then wildly, and then, I'm going to arbitrarily throw a number in here. We may have to tweak this once we start doing the energy exercises, but I'm going to put 10 for my preset. And then once that's true, it is going to move a 10 there. What I'm going to put behind that is that we're going to go look for a 1. And we're going to look for a 1 at that cycle counter, not DN. And whoops, forgot my period there, dot DN. And if our cycle counter is done, then we are going to unlatch our auto mode. And on our timer counter category, we're going to reset our cycle counter. That way it's ready to go again. And we'll go ahead and finalize that. And just so we see how that's going to work, we'll go ahead and put it into auto mode. We got 1 count, 2 counts, 3. While we're counting, if you have not already, you should definitely subscribe to our channel. We put out at least 1 automation video a week. And yeah, we have a whole course right now talking through pneumatics. And we are coming up on number 9. And this will be our 10th cycle. And that will stop our cycle. So that's going to give us a way that we can look at how much it consumed over so many cycles. And then we're going to bring some air leaks into the picture and see how much money that is costing us. And I've created this playlist right here that includes it and several other pneumatic videos.